And welcome back to the HCW show. My name is Muzza, and as always, I am joined by Pro2sday, and we're back here to review some more Pro2sday or Pro2 Wrestling, with a little bit of a different format from usual, with the cards now being Pro2sdays being released every week. We've decided we're going to change it up a bit and just basically do the whole shows that they're based on from each Pro2sday. So with this episode, we are covering 40 and 41. Yep. So that's 4 matches. We're not going to be as detailed as I usually am. We're just going to get through it, say our thoughts, look at the key highlights. Yeah. How are you doing, DP?
It's still ridiculous that I'm on the right hand side of the screen here.
This was the agreement.
I was not present for this agreement. You signed it.
You ended
with
up
yourself. You had the contract. You wrote it up and you signed it yourself. I wasn't even present for this meeting.
You did not agree. You did not look at the terms and conditions like most people.
Because I wasn't there to read it. That's why.
Read the fine print.
There was no fine print.
Yes. Anyway, we've got episode 40 and 41. We've got 4 matches to talk about, and we'll start off with the Scottish Interpromotional Championship champion Davey Blaze ending against Frank X Cross. This is a rematch of sorts from Battle Lines. Obviously,
No. Already you started. Already. We kick off with a Bollington interview.
My bad. I did forget about that. Boddington gets interviewed by.
You can't silence the manager of champions. He will get his message across, even on this channel here.
Yeah. And he gets interviewed by Reese-Con Parkin, who you can actually hear in this for once.
Yeah.
Who knew about? Yeah. Kong asks him about what his plans are essentially, and he says Bollington says it clear. He plans to win all the belts and take over this company by any means necessary. Kong also asks, does he have any eyes on anyone? He says he knows someone, a good friend, but he does not elaborate on who it is. Who knows? Anyone? Could be the man next to me.
Me?
You.
I mean,
no. I know. How much you love him, I would not be surprised if he's heard and you're in cahoots.
I would be honoured.
So you're saying it's not you?
I can neither confirm nor deny the allegations.
Yeah. I heard rumours he was paying you off while you're being so nice to him.
Nope, I receive no monetary benefits whatsoever. This is purely my belief and my opinion.
Independent. But yes, that's what we're saying. We get into the match. Rematch, somewhat of a rematch from Battle Lines. Frank X Cross was the previous champion. Had to defend a 4-man gauntlet. Entered first. Hunter Sampson, bet Hammerhead Smith, but fell at the last hurdle to Davey Blaze. And so he was given his rematch clause. And I guess the story is, can Davey prove that he can beat Frank while fully fit and not being blindsided before the start of the match? But as it would seem, unfortunately that was not the case, as Davey Blaze would retain with the Spine Buster. Now, there is one very memorable clip that I think we're going to have to refer to. It was at the start of the match where Bollington takes a bit of a slip on the ropes. I think he tripped or something. We'll show you the clip and see what happened.
A hero. You're a hero.
Mommy, daddy. Oh, Boddington's missing a giant big tip. There you go.
Don't you touch me when I'm
There you go. Tell you.
Yeah. So
Who was that
you
guy?
see, there was a certain.
Who was that guy?
I don't know. Quite good looking, I'd say. You know, I think he knew the camera was in front of him and sold it well.
I mean, he looked right at the camera. I mean, like, I don't know if that's selling or not, but
I think he said, "Why me?" I don't know.
I mean, should have that person should have felt honoured to be in the presence, to even be sat next to the manager champion.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely something he wasn't expecting, and neither was probably the fan. Neither was the fans' reactions to seeing Davey kiss Charles on the forehead. You know,
I mean, who wouldn't?
it's probably
Who wouldn't?
love. Yeah, I know you would. Wouldn't hesitate.
Exactly.
Yeah, Davey, of course, ends up retaining, and yeah, I thought this was a very good match. It was a decent match. It was, very, very much a bit of a walking brawl, but I mean, both of these guys, veterans, know what they're doing. I thought it was a very entertaining match, to be said the least. What are your thoughts, DP?
Yeah. So I rated it 2 3/4 stars. Firstly, I thought it was okay. It wasn't quite the Battle Warriors that I was expecting from this. And mainly because Frank barely got any offense in. So this was mainly Davey's match. Like, Davey did most of the offense here, and for good reason. You know, he is the interpersonal champion. And Frank Cross clearly can't face the music anymore. Is what it is, okay? But to that point of facing the music, there's an agenda, as I'll keep saying, because there is one. But commentary is supposed to be impartial, unbiased, etc. When Frank X Cross comes out, he's got his music, strutting this, strutting that. Who do we see on the camera shot? Standing up out of their chair, dancing. One Kid Thomson. He's been on this show by your directive.
Indeed.
You allowed blatant favoritism on this show.
As Kid has said, he admits he's a good friend of Frank. And he says he admits, his friendship with Frank gets the better of him sometimes. And, it's understandable. I mean, it's clear I just don't think it's that unfair. It's if your best friend, like, it's... Trying to defend this man. It's sometimes your emotions get the better of you. But I think outside of his dancing, it's not my fault or their fault that Bellingham seems to be antagonistic to everyone and doesn't give off a good vibe.
I think people just can't face the truth.
What is that, Trev?
Truth that he's the manager of champions. And that he will take what is rightfully his. And what is best for himself and is best for his clients. And that is, if be it, the company of Pro2. Every title belt will be in some form of Bollington's grasp. Or should be.
See how that goes. Yeah. After this match, we have a quick commercial break where we see a certain taxi company.
Tell us more.
Yeah, and then there'll be more to come.
Ah.
Yes. And then we see a pre-match, I should say, face off between Daisy Jenkins and Angel Hayes, where Angel wishes her the best of luck, and she says, "Yeah, Yeah, they're just, acknowledging each other. And that is the next match, the main event of episode 40. It's the challenger, Daisy Jenkins, attempting to win the Pro2 Bells Division Championship from the champion, Angel Hayes, in her first defense. So, Daisy, obviously, last we saw her, she was in a losing effort to Hera at Battle Lines, but Angel Hayes, being what is since winning the belt at, coincidentally, also at Battle Lines, she's looking to be a fighting champion and will take on any and all comers. And so, it's made Daisy Jenkins will get this big opportunity, and unfortunately, she would not win, as Angel Hayes would retain the Bells Division Championship. There was something that happened post-match, but now we'll focus on match. I thought this was a very good match. I know both of these two women are just very good. Angel, obviously, she's been around a while. She's been on NXT UK. She's a professional. And Daisy, someone who's rising up the ranks in the Scottish independent scene. I think they both really showed out in this match, and I'm sure you're one to agree with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that. That is a fair analysis of the match there. I rate it 3.5 stars. I thought it was a fun back and forth. Quite the traditional match as well, in that you've got someone who's clearly the fans want to win and someone who the fans clearly don't want to win. It's always fun to see Daisy as well, because Daisy's just... She's got a certain energy about her that you like to see. She's cocky, and cocky for a good reason. She knows that she's good. And Angel's always a good foil for those kind of characters as well. I will say, I think Angel focuses a little too much on crowd anticipation. Crowd participation. But aside from that, great wrestler as well. And as you said, has had experience as well on the mainstream, as well, as you said, with NXT UK. And she continues to just, raise the stock of the company and the people that she wrestles. So good match altogether. Great match altogether.
Yeah, it's a good match altogether. But then the interesting segment post-match, we see the return of Rosie Knight, who we haven't seen. Obviously, for those who don't know, she was the inaugural Pro2 Bells Division champion, but she had to relinquish the belt due to injuries and had to retire or take sabbatical. And was made commissioner of the Bells Division. But now she's came back recently. She came out here. Should also note that post-match, Angel and Daisy did actually end up shaking hands afterwards. So Daisy, even though in defeat, a good sport about it. Rosie Knight comes out and she talks about how she never lost. She says that Angel has her belt. She claims that she never lost the belt, and Angel only was able to win the belt because Rosie wasn't there. And then she procures from ringside another women's belt. Now, it seems like we've got two women's belts, and both of them claiming that each other are the rightful champion. Now, unfortunately, I can't agree with Rosie here, because if you watch some of the older Pro2sdays, you know that she had to vacate it, and she rightfully was. But it's an unfortunate circumstance of why she had to vacate it, but it was a decision made, and now she's trying to end Angel's reign hasn't even happened, and it's weird. And then eventually they get into the ring and they start rolling shoes, and it looks like Rosie Knight gets the upper hand through nefarious means, and it looks like she's about to deck Daisy with the title, but Daisy Jenkins comes back and makes the save, and Rosie's forced out the ring. Big Bad John has to come out and try to straighten things out. Rosie Knight takes her frustrations out on security, and it's an interesting segment, to say the least, of what happened here. Good to see what you think.
Yeah. So, Firstly, you'll be surprised to know that I actually agree in that Angel is the rightful champion. Because she is. She won the title fair and square. Now, when it comes to Rosie, I think Rosie's also got a valid reason here as to why she thinks that she is the rightful champion. And I don't think she's unjust in her belief either. She was unfortunately forced to vacate the title, but that also means that she was never pinned or submitted or whatever to lose the title. So while she did give it up, not willingly, bear in mind, she has come back and she's got a title of her own. There's a very clear thing you got to do here. And in regards to your comment about her trying to deck Angel the title, I think she was just standing there with a title in her hand and she was proclaiming that she's champion. You know, she's like, I'm champion. Daisy comes in and makes the save. You know, it is what it is, I guess. Daisy just got the wrong end of the stick. You know, Rosie was not going to attack her. And unfortunately, you've got to bring out John, and John sorts things out. Ultimately, as I said, there's one goal here, and that is to book, if I was there anyway, Rosie and Angel in a, I guess, title. But that make the most sense.
We'll see if it does go that way. Yeah. But now you've also got Daisy now, you know, potentially getting in there. We don't know, so it's interesting time in the Pro2's women's division.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, you still have, you know, the former champ Emily Hayden. Who knows when she'll come back? You got Hera as well. Mm-hmm. You've got plenty of names in there that can make an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll now head straight into episode 41 of Pro2sday, and we'll come to the next match, a rematch from A-Day Mayhem of last year.
You've done it again.
You've
done it again, Muzza. We get a vignette first from Krieger. He reflects on it. Krieger, sorry. He reflects on his career. He's won titles everywhere, apart from Pro2. He reflects on his loss to Ray Barani last time round, claiming that Barani wanted it more. Krieger says that Pro2 is getting the old Krieger, and then he welcomes Ray Barani to the Grindhouse. Which you might be able to fill me in on that. What is the Grindhouse?
The Glasgow Grindhouse is kind of an old moniker of Krieger's of a tag team he on and off teams with a guy known as Luke Sharp. These two former like ICW tag champs, but yeah, basically it was a more grittier version of that team, a team that's willing to go to the limits, and that's include having some very brutal matches, no DQ and all that. So yeah, it's basically you're gonna get a Krieger who will be a threat in this division in Pro 2.
Cool.
Yeah. And of course, we now get this match. So yeah, as stated, they had a match back at Mayday Mayhem, which Ray Barani won in quite, I would say, in Ray Barani's Pro 2 debut. And yeah, the leader of the Ray Revolution believes that I think he did make a statement, and his main agenda is the Why So Serious division and the championship, which is currently held by Logan Smith. Yeah, unfortunately for Ray Barani, he does not go 2-0. Krieger gets his win back. And yeah, I thought this was another good match. It's, you know, Ray Barani, as far as I can tell, I don't have much. From what info I know of him, he's not new, but he's still very much learning the ropes. But he's against someone like Krieger, who's a bit more experienced. These two just put on a very good match, and you wouldn't probably realize that Ray Barani's that new. But yeah, I thought this was just a very good match.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I rated this 3 3/4 stars. This is my second highest rated match, behind Luke Cairo and Shea Monet. I love this match. I'm a little sad it didn't go longer, but you know it happens. Craig just gets the win with in my opinion, a surprise big boot. It just seemed out of nowhere. However, Ray Barani continues to impress as well. But as it seems, Krieger is looking to improve their stock and work their way up to the ranks of the world title. Which makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, they are
You know,
one,
it's
they
kind
are
of-
one on one. So, you know, there is that third potential encounter.
Yeah. Hopefully that happens at some point. Yeah, as I said, both great match. Krieger looks to be dead set on winning a title here. It'll be interesting to see what belt that might be. It could be the world title. It could be the interpromotional. You never know. He's got plenty of options. Yeah, we then obviously cut to another commercial, and once again we get to see our good friends of Streamline Taxis
Yes.
getting you to your destination.
Like a champion.
There we go. We'll get there.
We did not
eventually.
practice that.
We did not at all. The fact we did it, exactly, we did that well is quite amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we then get a vignette featuring Hunter Sampson. He talks about how he felt he was used by Charles Boddington and his army, and he's not happy about that. And so he realized he's not. He said he couldn't go after Davey because he's got a match. Hammerhead wasn't available, and so he called out. He went big. He called out the world champ, the Ayrshire heavyweight champion TJ Rage, to a match, and yeah, clearly management thought, well, here's a chance for a big boy match, and so what do we get for our main event, for the Ayrshire heavyweight championship, the champion TJ Rage defending against Hunter Sampson, and who is of course accompanied by manager champions Bollington. And yeah, unfortunately, it was a case of, once again, the champ, who has been dominant throughout his entire reign, retains once again with the Hammerhawk Spear. Now, it's hard to talk about this. Now, this whole card so far, Homecoming, has been very good, we could say. Like, from top to bottom. Unfortunately, I think due to reasons that we know, like Hunter Sampson being a bit more green at this point and still learning the ropes, this match, unfortunately, is, in my opinion, probably the weakest match of the card. And there's multiple reasons for that. Obviously, there's a lot of leaning into shenanigans outside of the ring, as well as, you know, as said, Hunter Sampson still I think this was only like his 8th match career-wise. It shows you how lean he is, and he's being thrusted into this heavyweight title match, his main event, which is, would I have done that? No, but I'm not the booker. I think what I will say is there are some positives to come for this. Now, Hunter, when he first came out, he didn't get a big reception because beforehand, you know, he's kind of with Frank X Cross and being a bit of a heel, and now he's seemingly trying to. And because of this, the crowd didn't really give a good reaction. I will. The rarity here, I'm going to give plaudits to the manager champions, Charles Boddington and TJ Rage. I thought they're.
As you should.
They're such bad guys and terrible people. They managed to get the crowd in Drongen to rally behind Hunter. By the end, Hunter does get a good send-off and applaud for his efforts. But like I said, I mean, this match, unfortunately, probably just due to how strong this card overall was unfortunately the weakest match of the night. Yeah, I'll know I'm trying to be as positive as I can. I know you've got your opinion. I'm just warning you. This is, as I said, this is his opinions, not mine.
Don't know who you pointed to because that was the wall over there. Yeah. So, firstly, again, as I pointed out, Kid Thomson, blatant bias. He gets a rightful admonishing from Charles Wellington at the start of the match. Charles called out the blatant bias, and good for him. I don't know. This match proved that Hunter was not ready for a, quote unquote rematch that he deserved. This was again a case of management or whoever books it, submitting to the Hunter agenda. And for that I say, down with the Pro2 corruption. He was clearly in the wrong headspace for this. He wasn't in the mindset of a champion, which is the mindset you've got to be in. TJ Rage is constantly in that mindset of, I am a champion. How do I keep being champion? There's this big guy I'm coming up against who's not ready to fight me, but I'm going to fight him anyway. And what am I going to do? I'm going to win because I'm a champion. Hunter is, as you said, 8 matches in his career. He's just not there yet. And one day he will be. One day he will be. But right now, it's not that day. Or back then was not that day. Out of respect, I'm not going to rate the match. And yeah, TJ Rage, being the veteran that he is, outsmarts tactically, the bigger man, and comes out with the win.
It's kind of a running theme of that of Homecoming as a show. You got these newer guys coming through. You had like in the first episode, you have Mark Monroe and Scott Valentine. You have Ray Barani. You got you've got Ray Barani. You got Hunter Sampson, and they're facing these more veterans. TJ Rage, Krieger, Scotland. And I think this is the whole thing about Pro2 is that they want to give these guys a chance.
Yeah,
that's a respectable thing. These guys have to start somewhere, whether they're coming from EBW or Power Pro, which is where Hunter's from. They need to get work outside of those environments, and I think Pro2 sees that. That's what the idea is, and they want to get these young guys, give them these TV time or YouTube time, I guess you could YouTube time, and just help them with their development.
Yeah.
Was this too early for Hunter to be in a main event match? Maybe, but at the end of the day, it's a learning experience for him, and if they're to do this match down the line again, I think Hunter might, with just the right guidance, arguably maybe without Bollington having to be constantly interfering and even pulling the ref out.
I don't know what you mean. No. That's not what happened. You're trying to, what's the word? You're trying to change or alternate history there. There was a moment when Samson tries to steal the briefcase from Bollington, and Bollington tries to get it back from him. And then Samson just chokes Bollington. For what reason?
That happened.
Unprovoked. Attacking a non-wrestler. Then, there was a weird moment when the ref refused to count Samson's pin. I don't know why. And he just leaves the ring. I don't know what happened. He leaves the ring. And then Boynton drops his briefcase. And it falls onto Samson's face, unfortunately. Accidents happen. And then obviously, TJ hits the spear. But, these things happen. You can't just put them down to, oh, Charles is an evil man. Like, that's not what happened.
His other nickname is the Satan of professional wrestling.
Satan was once an angel.
Yeah, once. Doesn't mean he is now.
Yeah, he's just called. It's wrestling marketism. Yeah, marketing. Sorry. You know what sounds cool in wrestling? Satan. You know, he's not Satan. He's the manager of champions. He is the best manager in Scottish wrestling.
You have a point there. I can say he definitely has his eyes on talent.
Mm.
And who knows who else he can.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is the end of Homecoming. That was Homecoming. I don't know if we're gonna maybe now that we're doing whole shows, give the whole show a final grade. But overall, I thought this show, Homecoming as a whole, was a very good show. Like,
yeah.
Unfortunately, the main event wasn't the greatest. The rest of the card, from the opener to the semi-main, were all really good matches. I would dare say this show was probably even better than Battle Line's last Battle Lines.
Dude, I'm getting PTSD just say the name.
October 22nd.
True Battle Hall. I have not looked at any media before, and I still remember the name of the fucking venue. I was not there. I have never been to Air Scotland. I've never been to Scotland. Full stop. Like,
you're in Scotland. No.
And it's still etched in my brain because of the amount of times that fucking name was said and that date and the venue. So go on.
Yeah, that was the. That's us for Pro2 episode 40 and 41 and Homecoming. Our next show will be covering episode 42, 43, and 44. As we'll be covering Mayday Mayhem 2. We'll let you wait and see what the matches are, but we've got more title matches. I think this card but the card on paper looks very good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Be interesting to see. Yeah, as always, please like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social medias. Whether that is Instagram, Twitter, or for the social media formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok. There we go. I think I got them all. Yep. Follow us. He is at DeepWeezy. I am at Muzza44. And follow us at HCW. I've already said that. Doesn't matter. We'll follow us. Keep following us, please.
Yeah. Even if we don't do it again, keep following us. Keep hitting the follow button.
Don't defollow us. Don't defollow us. No. Yes, follow us. Get that notification bell on.
Yeah, follow us and then
don't
hit the button ever again.
Yeah. We've got you and you can't escape.
Exactly. But also with the video as well, like, share, subscribe, comment. Do you like the new format? Do you prefer it this way? Obviously, the next lot of shows will be more compiled into the format how it's going to be, because obviously we've done 2 episodes on the same show, whereas going forward it'll be 1 episode per show.
It's too much. Like, once every 2 weeks was a bit manageable. Once every week.
Yeah,
sometimes we're not available to.
Yeah, like between the pair of us, like we have different things that we're working on, or be it just real life stuff as well that we have to deal with.
Yeah,
like there's not enough time in the day or the week, to constantly do this week by week. And I say that I say that as someone who does NXT review every week and finds time to do it every week, but it's just our schedules don't mesh together that well.
Yeah, like I think you're almost every day almost.
Yeah.
working every day. I'm sporadic. It does in my work shifts change on a whim,
Yeah.
depending on who's in or not. But yeah, there's things to have. But yeah, I think with what we're planning here, this is going to be a lot more manageable.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to get these videos out.
Absolutely.
These out, and it'll just make it more interesting. I think you get to talk longer about the things we love, which for me is wrestling, and for DP it's Charles Boddington scene.
Exactly. Charles Boddington and the Boddington's Army, which I'm not a part of
He's
yet.
Baldy Army. Begging to get in. This I've been Muzza.
Charles hire me. Charles
Easy.
hire me. Charles hire me.
Yeah, we will see you next time. Peace.
Please. Justice for Charles Boddington. Justice.